Yo people, LSM here. This time to talk about Crossing-wise developers' favorite character, Yuuki main. She is a character that got added almost 1 year ago, and she was the first full mid damage DPS that we got in the game. I think she's the only full mid damage that we have in the game. Yeah, for some reason mid enemies are hated by cross skills, but there's almost nobody that can nuke those characters. It's very strange. So, as I said, she's a mid damage dealer, and let's talk about her exclusive talent, Absolute Sword. After using skill 2, she gets crit rate increase that caps at 25%. In my opinion, this is not good because the activation is very restrictive. I would like to use more the generic crit rate buff that is way weaker than using her exclusive talent normally, because not only Yuuki is very fast as we will see on her stats, but it's only one turn and after skill 2, so unless you are spamming skill 2, she is getting it only one time per battle, if the battle lasts out long. Now let's take a look at her stats. So Yuuki main have almost full attack stats from the year 1 character. They cap at 2000, she have 1988, so it's quite a good amount. For speed she have 801, she is one of the fastest mains that you can find, below dual base Kirito and Swing Suite Mikoto Summer Beach Mikoto. This was something that was bad for her because most of the meta was being very slow, and by herself she's faster than many teams combinations. But nowadays being faster is good, because when climax is spamming, you want the climaxer to be the first to move in your team. Now for her skills. As I said, she's a full mid damage character, so all of her skills are mid. We have the standard 0 skill point mid damage, nothing special. We have a standard mid damage skill, 3 skill point, and after using you can trigger her exclusive talent. And for her climax, we have a 10 climax point mid damage with the standard mid multiplier. As I said, nothing special, her kit is full mid. So now let's see her animations. For her skill 1, now her skill 2, and her exclusive talent is now active, so I will get a crit rate for her. Now for her climax skill. And the animation is lacking. She's a static PG with numbers popping. I don't like her animation because she doesn't have any animation on her climax. For cross skills, Yuuki main have 3 cross. First of all, we have the cross with what's her name again? Boogie. It's a 4 skill point, added damage, have the standard value of a 4 skill point, but doesn't reach the cap at 461. The second skill is a 12 climax point, mid damage with Asuna, and this skill is very bad because it's the climax type. It's a single target skill that we got on launch, those skills that have less damage because they have 10% more crit rate. It's a very bad skill. It's weaker than her climax, so if you want mid damage, don't use this, use her own climax, it's stronger. And for the last cross, we have a 4 skill point, attack down on front. It's the same skill that Kirito may have, and as everyone that plays this game knows, attack down is useless in this game. So this skill by continuation is very bad. You don't want to waste this for attack down on enemy. You just kill the enemy and they will not damage you anymore. Still, let's see her cross skills animation. Here I am with 12 climax points for Asuna's cross. So, as I said, her climax herself have the standard value of a 10 climax point, and this is a 12 climax point, and it does less damage because it loses 15% of the total damage to increase crit rate, which is a very bad trade. So let's see if the animation is at least good. And it's Asuna's climax skill all over again, but this time there are 2 flashes of light instead of only 1. I don't like it. Now for Kirito cross. It's not much on damage, my Kirito isn't built, his super version, but even so, its attack down skill doesn't have good numbers, so don't use this cross skill. Just pair here with a statistic if you don't want to use other cross, but don't waste your time with Kirito support. Now for Bogi cross skill. Mine is level 1 and 1 star, but this is just a showcase, so don't pay attention to the damage. These have good animation, and the sound, the background sound that we get is also very cool. Yuuki sadly have a problem that her skill point animations are very good, they are well done, but her climax animations are a joke. Why they are so bad? Why devs? Why can't she have good skill animation for her climax skill? That's so sad. She's your favorite character. Rework her climax, please. Now that we are done with cross, let's talk about her Psyche first. For her Psyche, she have this one with Asuna support and her support version. This at least is don't have the outdated stat value, but it's not prime material for DPS. Don't get me wrong, final damage and crit damage are very good, but she could have at least got attack here, and that would be very good. But still, it's not a bad Psyche, just not full DPS. Now for her Awaken. For Awaken 1, after using skill 2, she regenerates HP when she goes against someone that doesn't have buffs. This is a joke, just ignore. Awaken 3, her skill 1 have 10% more damage when the enemy doesn't have buff. Another joke. And for Awaken 5, when she kills an enemy with her climax skill, she gets a damage boost for 2 turns. It's a good effect, but it's not something that you will use because you want to use climax AoE on normal stages, and effects that activate on death of an enemy are not very good in this game because they are too conditional and most of the time not worth. It's also half the damage that some characters get on they kill someone to get a buff, and even those characters that have 25% damage are considered very bad. So as a buff it would be very good if it wasn't for the condition that the enemy needed to die. If it was just cast climax, get buff, it would be better. Now we will finally talk about the reason why she is the dev's favorite character, and that it's her Elementium. I don't have anything locked yet, but this one is free, so I will pick some images to show you what it does. But we can see here that her module effect's not good. It says that after using skill 2, if the enemy doesn't have any buff, he gets a debuff that makes it easier to do crit against him. So she have more crit rate against one enemy and buff the entire team crit rate against that enemy. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad effect, but this one straight up give you damage, so it's better. I think this is capped at 10% maybe, but picking this is way better since it's more damage for her and she doesn't have an exclusive skill that gives more damage for herself. Now to talk about her Elementium, I have here an image with her effects. So first effect, Best Buddies, it's free to unlock, or you get those 3 traits here, and it says that her exclusive talent lasts 1 more turn. So after using skill 2, she gets 2 turns of crit rate buff, and every removal buff that she gains lasts 1 more turn. This is crazy strong because she can maintain yield set buff from turn 3 onwards. There are also other buffs that she can increase the duration. It's a very good effect. The next one is called Resort to Force. This one you need to unlock Reflection and Generic. So it's 2 souls for Generic, 1 soul for Reflection. So 3 souls if you want to open this one, but I don't think it's worth. What it does is that if you have Kirito main and Lasuna main, any of variations, everyone will have their climax reduced by 2, which is very gimmicky. I think this could be a thing that will be realized when Kirito main gets his Elementium, because this doesn't work with Dual Blade Kirito, and Kimono Asuna sadly got an elemental effect that works with this thing, which in my opinion is not something that would be generically good for her to get. Now for the next effect we have here Miraculous OSS. I don't know what this means, but if you don't pick any other buff, this one is only 1 soul with Reflection, but you can pick this one and the first buff unlocking Reflection and 1 generic, because you need 2 vocations. They have the same Reflection but need 2 different vocations, and this effect is completely strong. It's broken, and one of the reasons that Yuuki is now the strongest single target non-limited climax spammer in the game. So what it does is that at the beginning of the battle, if there's any variation of Asuna, so it can be Asuna main, Kimono Asuna, or Asuna support, Yuuki gets 1 layer of sword combo for each skill point or climax point that it's used. So every turn, every time you use a skill or a climax, she will get equal amount of her layer of sword combo, and if you reach 10, she will get the last word that gives a damage buff of 31.20%. This is crazy strong because on climax expansions she will always be have this active, so it's free damage every turn, and even on normal stages it's very easy to get 10 sword combo for herself. So it's a very strong buff. Don't sleep on this, it's very strong. But that wasn't enough for her to be considered CV's favorite character. She also needed to get buff on other characters' Elementium. So Kimono Asuna here, the Blades Dance, as you can see, and as I said on her own video, she gets a damage buff to everyone every other turn, and the reason for that is because Yuuki can extend the duration of this buff so that she can have it every turn. Yes, the only reason that Kimono Asuna's Elementium got nerfed on this buff is because Yuuki main is a thing that the devs like. So if you pick every buff that Yuuki got on Elementiums, we will see why she is the favorite character. So I have here a calculator, and let me go for each one. So first we have 12 here, and this is the emanation generic element slot, generic module slot. She have 12% more damage there. Then we have the 31 with Asuna. Then we have 16% because she have guild set every turn on turn 3 onwards. Then we have Kimono Asuna damage buff that she can make it every turn because why not. So Yuuki, the non-limited character, got a total of 63.4% damage boost. And why this make she the dev's favorite character? Well, if we go here on the some Elementiums list, let's pick some non-limited characters. Kuro Yukihime, what did she got for damage? She got 10% on enemies that are dying, which is relevant. She gets a climax damage, more damage after using climax only one time. So what's the 0.6% for the first climax? And she gets almost 30% after 3 turns waiting. So Ryukuhime, if you wait everything, she have like 33% more damage for herself only 1 turn after waiting 3 turns. If you go on Taiga competition that she got for single target, Taiga was the best non-limited single target to spam. If you go here, what Taiga's got? She got her module, that is a single target death debuff, let's pick it here. So 90% more damage for herself, and she gets 13% more damage if she's attacking the enemy that have this debuff. There are 3 enemies, she can only attack 1, so she has 20%, around 22% more damage. The others still do nothing for Taiga's damage. Why those Taigas have cross skills buffs when since her launch she was the climax meta? She have the gimmick for climax skills to hit hard, but instead of buffing Taiga, they decided to buff Yuuki by absurd amount of damage, just to, don't know, maybe they like her. She's their favorite character after all, so it's reasonable that they would buff her more than everyone. Let's not even talk about male characters that got buffed element in this game, right? Accelerator. It must be very good to get a module that is worse than the generic module that we got, right? Accelerator, that's what you get for being male. Yeah, but still, people, Yuuki got buffed like crazy, and she is the single target meta if you don't have, what a coincidence, the other Yuuki. So if you don't have this Yuuki to climax with, Awaken 3 by the way, that you need, you pick Yuuki because she is the single target meta now. She have so much damage buff because of other people's Elementium and her own Elementium buff, that she is the meta. She almost can ult damage Angel Yuuki. She reaches very near, but Angel Yuuki still is broken. Just for demonstration, the thing for let's put everyone here. The thing for Yuuki spam is this one right here. Let's see here. This is the thing that I want to use. First of all, she needs to be faster than Kimono Asuna, and the most strongest statistic that we have make her slower. So Tomo make her slower. Let's pick here Tatsuya. Tatsuya, she is faster, but We don't not have to raise Tatsuya for her anymore because lands Tatsuya but farmable. So this will be Yuuki's team for spam. She uses Kimono Suna because her element buffs her even more. She uses Guild Set because she can extend, and from turn 3 onwards, that's where she starts spamming. She have 60 and 3% more damage because why not? It made her crazy strong. And that's it, people. That is the favorite characters of the developer of this game. She was okay at first, as the only full mid damage character that we got, because mid damage dealers were all about being cross skills. So if you get here, this is a seal, this is a seal. This was the only good mid damage skill we have that was not a cross. This is a bleed, this is a wound, this is not full damage, this is no damage, this is a frail, and this is a climax for Isaiah, what have a bleed skill instead of single target damage, and his bleed skill hits front more than mid. So that's it. She is very strong now. If you get her element buffs, she needs 3 souls, but if you want to save souls, just go with Taiga. Taiga got 1/3 of her buffs, but it's also 1/3 of her cost, meaning that's only 1 soul. But if she is your wife, just like the developers of this game, then you can be quite happy because she is very strong now. See you later, people. Have a good day. Bye.